He's been an award-winning media personality and producer. As a speaker, he's empowered over 1 million people from the stage. Now one of the leading business coaches and brand experts is taking over the world of on-demand audio. It's the Business Bully Podcast. Now here's the business bully himself, Dave Anderson.
Hey, what's up? It is yours truly, Dave Anderson. Hope all is well in your world. I know it has been such a long time. More episodes are coming. It has just been a process, but now I'm back and I'm really ready to let you know that I can really shake them down. Do you love me? In all seriousness, listen. This is an amazing episode taken from Facebook Live. Me and a young man named Kenny Jones. He's absolutely phenomenal. Make sure you check him out, kjspeakseasy.com. Also, make sure you check out the sponsors. The Business Bully Podcast is being brought to you by Audible. With over 180,000 titles to choose from and growing, you can get something for your brain, your body, and your business. So head on over to audibletrial.com/bully and get yourself a 30-day free trial and a free audiobook download on your boy. All right. So, and also, if you have not made plans to come to BullyCon 2, my event happening in late July, I'm going to need you to go ahead and get your tickets right now, bullycon.info. And with that, I'm going to go right to the show. Let's make it happen.
May I present?
It's time for another Business Bully exclusive interview.
If you've not subscribed yet, I'm going to need you to go ahead and run that subscription. I'm going to need y'all to get this in your inbox. I'm going to need y'all to download this automatically. I'm going to need y'all to just go ahead and get this thing popping, because when I tell you what's happening, like these vibes right now, these vibes I'm on, I'm going to need y'all to catch these vibes. Like, oh my goodness, man. I feel so great. I feel powered up. I haven't even had no drugs. Yeah, I ain't done nothing. Like I enjoying life because I got rid of dead weight. When I tell you firing, it's over with. It's like, whoo. You know what? It's literally like being constipated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then stay on the toilet and you wipe your ass and you look at the toilet paper to make sure all the shit is gone, because you don't want no shit remnants in your drawers. You want to make sure that you clean with the shit. I'm a white paper guy. You see what I'm saying? And that's what you got, a white paper.
Yes.
And some people running around here with dirty asses don't realize that you're still dealing with residual shit that you have not gotten rid of. And we need to talk about that. We need to talk about the residual crap you have not gotten rid of. But
oh my goodness, Dave.
Bro, you wanted this. But I got to give you a proper introduction, because I feel like it's only right that somebody I admire, because let he they feel empowered. Like I will sit up and which I don't like it. Days like in his day.
Yeah.
What's up? What you doing? I'm like, all right, get up here and be great. Kenny Jones is watching me. Fuck. That means if Kenny Jones is watching me, there's other people watching me.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna tell you what's so ill. Kenny Jones, like, it almost brought me to tears. He does not know this. Dude almost brought me to tears.
Oh boy.
Because he's like, yo, I'm so excited. Oh my God, you me? And I'm like, yeah, I said I would. It's just me. He's like, no. You're Dave Anderson. And I'm like, bro, he was like, it's not for you. He says to me, like, this is some shit. Like, don't ever think that you're too old to learn or too young to teach. He was like, it's not for you to see what we see.
Yeah.
Like, and he said that, you can't, what is it? What did your mom say? You
she
can't
said,
watch the
she
show.
said, my grandmama says, listen, you can't be in the show and watch it. You can't be in the show and watch it.
Facts.
You just can't.
Nah. So when I tell you, like, I've always subscribed to that. I might not be nothing to you, but I'm the shit on this label mentality. I always have. But when
Yeah,
someone is
yeah,
telling you, like,
yeah,
they're excited to just be a part of your process, you know what I'm saying? Like, it makes you realize that you're not doing this for you. You're doing it because other people are watching, and what you're doing is meaningful or impactful to them in some way. And so when I tell y'all Kenny Jones is just a dope
yeah.
dude, like, you've got to
Oh
understand,
man.
man. Like, I'm so excited to watch this man grow. I'm so excited to watch his journey, and I'm so excited to be able to bring him to you if you're not familiar with him. So, Kenny, welcome to the show, my friend.
Oh my gosh, that is the most organic, which is one of the things I really appreciate about you. And not to take away people who plan and all of that, but
Right.
so much. It's interesting because I was introduced to you through Tawana Ross, and if you don't know Tawana, I mean, please go look Tawana up. She's like amazing. She's like the LinkedIn queen.
Yeah.
But I had actually, and I think you may not remember this, but your first BullyCon, I was there.
Yeah, I remember.
I was in the back.
Yep.
Yep. The first sort of professional developer myself.
Wow.
And I took a chance in trusting Tawana. And Tawana was one of your speakers. And
Yep.
so she said, listen, I'm coming to Philly and I'm speaking and you have to meet this Dave guy. So I'm like, well, if he's in Philly and I'm in Philly, then, and I'm just now learning what I'm going to do with my business and what have you. And my book had just become a bestseller, and I wanted to use that and sort of leverage whatever relationships I could. Anyway,
Right.
so I was there and I saw you get that salutation and citation from the city and the state, and I was like, this man is amazing. And so it's really incredible and very serendipitous to be interviewed by you now, because when I watched you, I said, I'm going to be connected to that man some kind of way. And so here we are. But thank you so much, man.
Yeah, man. No, BullyCon for me was something
It's
that
crazy.
Like, when I started, the people were like, oh, it's just about your ego and da, da, da. And I was like, no, it's not. Like, people need to know what they don't know, and I don't see anybody really wanting to bring it to them, whereas though it's actually going to be impactful and they're going to see things. And that award for me meant so much, because it's like my started from nothing. I didn't know in my mouth. I remember running electric, extension cords to get heat. You know what I'm saying? And then my mom boiling water so me and my brother could take a bath. Like, I remember that shit. And so for me, it's a situation where to recognize my work and to be able to help people and get people in a position to win. It's just amazing. But enough about me. Let's talk about you. Who is Kenny Jones? How did you get, to this point where you said, you know what, I'm going to write a book. I'm going to start inspiring people. Like, talk about your journey.
Oh my God, what a journey it was.
We got time.
I had been, I had been very quiet about a lot of my struggles, just all across the board. I was very young into a new career. I was very influential in this career. I had an opportunity to meet so many people and to learn so much. What a lot of people did not know was that there was things that happened to me just my entire life, leading up even to me getting into my career, that I just never talked about. And I just kept to myself because I wanted to always appear to look like I had it together. Social media was a big thing. And, being able to sort of compete with my peers that were posting about these awards that they were getting, and they were posting about these new jobs and houses and things of that nature. And I didn't have any of that. And so it forced me in a lot of ways to look back into that really forced me to not only celebrate my wins, but celebrate my losses and what those losses meant in my own development. So what did that mean? I had to go back to Lexington Street, which was a street in Norfolk, Virginia that I grew up in. To no nonsense, no bullshit mama. Delphine is her name. She was a single parent, and we were in the projects, and we were trying to figure it out. And my mama is a child, so I don't have any aunts or uncles or cousins or anything that I grew up like that. But what my mama had was friends, and those were my aunts, and they all had their own children, and we all lived in this one apartment on Lexington Street, 17 of us. And what that meant for where I am now. And so did that somehow, in a lot of ways, make me feel like I had to always show people how great I was, because I had come from such a humble background that I wasn't always proud of. So, I was I was the oldest, so I have a sister. So I graduated high school. I was the first to go to college, figured that out on my own. And so much so I didn't even know about finances. This is how much I did not even know. I got the that I could write a check tuition. That's how much I was not even educated in my financial background.
Wow.
And so all of those sort of things got me up to this point in my career where so many people who did not know me had an opinion about a mistake that I made, which I didn't even know it was a mistake until well after the fact. So it was a lot of this back and forth, and I lost a lot of friends, and I lost a lot of confidence in myself, because people who knew the truth about what happened to me didn't even stand up for me. And so what did that do? That forced me into a space to myself where I was so ashamed that I didn't even know who to call or talk to, because everybody had an opinion. That mistake played out very, very, very publicly on social media, and even in parts of my career, that made me say to myself that, like, why do these people have so much power over you? And what was it that you missed to where now you feel so ashamed that you're in this house and you're not talking to anybody? So it forced me to sort of be with myself. And then I said, well, Kenny, you got two choices. I remember what Delphine taught me, where I got all my resilience from. She said, you got two choices. Now you're going to sit here and wallow, or you're going to get up. Now that's it. Those are your two choices. And I said, you know what? I'm going to get up and I'm going to write a book about it. And I'm going to deal with all of it. And I'm going to figure it out. And so I had to take some steps back in my career, but it was okay, because I knew that the blessing on the other side of what was going to be 10 times greater. So I began excited about the loss.
Right.
And then writing the book became sort of step one in my comeback season.
Right.
Which is why I named the book Comeback Season, The Untapped Art of Mastering Your Resilience. Because I knew so many people who had also been able to own their losses. I knew I never saw people fail on Facebook unless it was a salacious story in the media. And you know that, because you spent so much time, watching people lie in the media.
Okay.
So so that's what it was for me. And then I realized that writing the book itself, the process of it, how much money I almost invested in it, which was a lot of courses and development and conversations and it organically became this amazing opportunity to kids, which is a wide connection of individuals who have also suffered loss in their life. And have been afraid and ashamed to own it. And we created this entrepreneurial atmosphere to help people own their stories as the foundation of their comebacks, which in a lot of ways help you realize your worth. People have to pay you for that. And so how incredible now that people have to pay me to learn what I've learned from my own pain, which is the beautiful thing. So that's who I am, and that's how I got here.
Bruh. Yeah, I'll tell anybody in a heartbeat that the best thing I ever did was become homeless. The best thing I ever did was lose everything. Because that's business. You know, and that's just what it is. Like, you know, what the dude's like, yeah, your mom on the they got sunshine.
Yeah.
You throw it up in the air. Like,
yeah.
That thing that our soul, like there's a soul cry that is so soft that you have to be in tune with your purpose to hear it. And your soul is crying out and it's saying, I can I want to be, but and coming up, I can only imagine, you know, what it was like for you, man, and especially like, you know, people, you know, in creation, like, you think the hard now as an entrepreneur, knowing what you know, is in order to, you know, like break through at the next level. Like, what's the right now with your process?
Well, I think I think that I don't know if we're breaking up. Okay, there you go. The thing to understand most is that you cannot compare your behind the scenes to everybody else's movie. Right? So there's this you have to be able to Hello? Okay. You have to be able to, in a lot of ways. Okay. You have to understand in a lot of ways that people are always putting their best things forward, and you got to be okay with being you, because that is the only thing that is going to take you to the next level in your business. There's no business around right now. There's no business that I know of that is existing without the core of the person. So the values of the person, what that person brings to the experience, is sort of how this business sort of grows. Even Apple, right? There's a story behind every single solitary business. And so for me, I felt like everybody else was doing the business of running business, and I found that it was best for me to help people find the person in running their business. Mm-hmm. And so, and that only came because I had to figure out my own pain. And so what that felt like, having to go back to the person I am. Mm-hmm. And so it's you know, so for people who are in my generation who are trying to figure out how to break through, you can't look at what you're looking at right now. You gotta get back to you, and you gotta sit somewhere and ask the difficult questions and take step one. When I met Tawana, mm-hmm. it was because of step one that I made, which, okay, if I'm going to be on this social media platform, then I'm going to really utilize the access to the world of people in a way that makes it lucrative for me. So I'm going to tell this person, hey, I'm inspired by you. I would love to have a conversation. Period. And also the last thing is understanding what you say will happen. Period.
Right.
Period. What you say will happen. So I removed a lot of the I hope I meets out of my vocabulary. I removed a lot of the I cannot, I don't know if. It was always I am going to meet this person. Just like, in the example I said with you, I'm going to be connected to him. And here we are, right? And so it is really understanding the foundational you that makes you you. One thing I say in my book is that we live on one earth, but there's 7.1 billion worlds. So you have a world and I have a world, and your wife, your spouse, your partner, your children, and all these things. And the problem is that when we try to make our worlds collide with everybody else's, we find problem. So be good with you and your world, because you live your own 24 hours, right? You spend at least 8 hours of the day by yourself.
Facts.
And so even if you work 8 hours a day and you take care of a family 8 hours a day, there's another three, there's another third of the 8 hours, of the 24 hours that's to you. So what you gonna do with that?
Pretty much. And I think that's, it's so important, man. And I think that you're unpacking a lot for people who just don't seem to get it.
Yeah.
It's so like we get, and I gotta be honest. Like, if we're just going, and this is what I don't like about you, because you have this disarming thing that you do, and next thing you know, people just spilling their fucking guts. That I hate shit about you. I love it, but I hate it, especially.
I'm trying to tell you, this is why I create. This is exactly what happens in the Comeback Kids. So welcome.
I will literally, and this is the thing, right? I will literally sit there and be like, I'm better, like, and not in an arrogant way, just statistical facts. It's like, I know for a fact that I could beat my 3-year-old in a boxing match. I know that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I know for a fact that 95% of these struggle coaches running around here.
Listen here.
Bruh. I'd be like, for real?
Really?
And then, and it's, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but if you haven't, you need to go find it. Flex Alexander did a Michael Jackson movie. Now, people make fun of it.
I've seen it.
The movie itself, when you look at the scripting, there's always this thing. And when Michael made Thriller, Thriller did well. Like, Thriller's the best-selling album in the history of sound.
Yeah.
When he did Bad, people said, yes, but it's not Thriller. Dangerous, phenomenal album. Yeah, but it's not Thriller.
Right.
And then, Michael continues to go and do what he has to do. And then he has a celebration. He has his 30th celebration. Madison Square Garden. Every single star you can ever think of is there talking about how much they love Michael. Whitney Houston, Shaggy and Rick Rock, Aaron Carter,
the list goes on.
For Liz Taylor, every fucking body's there. And so it was like, finally, Michael got his just due. And then when it was over with, he's backstage with his management, and he looks down at his watch, and he's like, yeah, we're going to remember this day for the rest of our lives, September 11th, 2001. And I'm like, damn, like, he can't catch a break. Now, if you were to sign a record deal, and you were to drop an album, and that album sell 10 million copies, you've gone diamond and you're phenomenal. That's 10 platinum. That's going platinum 10 times.
Wow.
Invincible went diamond and they called it a flop. And people forget how many people are behind the scenes trying to go get after Michael because they didn't like the way he did Paul McCartney, and he didn't do nothing to Paul McCartney other than take advantage of a business tip. You flow, you blow. There have been times where I've said on an interview or on TV that, hey, I'm going to buy this website, and by the time I'm off set taking the microphone off my neck, somebody bought that domain because I was stupid enough to say it on the air, so I stopped doing it. That's my fault.
Correct.
It's Paul McCartney's fault that he said, yeah, I'm about to go buy my catalog, and Michael's like, oh, that's a thing? And he's like, yeah, Michael, this, that, and the third. And Michael's like, all right, bet. But see, people don't understand. And see, let's talking about behind the scenes, because I think this goes back to your point. People don't understand that Michael didn't just buy the Beatles catalog. That's the story they put out. behind the
Come on.
scenes,
Yes.
Michael had half of Beyonce's catalog. Michael had Taylor Swift. Michael had a lot of people that nobody knew he had, like Kenny
Right.
Chesney. Like, Google this shit. Michael Jackson owned half of Sony. And then when
Right.
you follow the money, that's the thing. You don't know. Like, I would tell my wife, and if I brought Janae in here right now, she could tell you. I'd be like, yo, when is my ship coming in? Like, how many demons I gotta fight? How many dragons I gotta slay? How many
There it
times
is.
I gotta prove
That's it.
that I'm better than what they're eating? The shit that they're eating is not healthy. I'm organic as fuck. I'm Whole Foods with a mohawk, and
Speak
yet
on it.
still, I'm
Speak
like,
on
what
it.
is wrong with, like, why don't y'all get it? She's like, listen, stop for a second and look that way. Now
That's
she's
it.
speaking metaphorically, but she was like, it's not 2013 where my mother was buying groceries and your mother was paying the mortgage. You know,
Come on, Hal.
it's not 2014 where you're making millions for a company and they don't want to cut you a check. Like, you
Come
have
on,
come
Hal.
so far that
Yes.
you don't ever take time to appreciate what you got. So do me a favor, get off your own fucking back for a minute and just enjoy your accomplishment.
Yes.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yes.
You know, and then
Yes.
my arrogance is like, I retired in 2011. These cats had a
Yes.
25-year head start because I was in the wrong
Yes.
profession.
Yeah, well, the thing, Dave, I think that what you bring up here is what I posted about the other day. So I do these things called write this downs
Mm-hmm.
on my Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
which is usually just a quick thought or something like that. And one day I was having a thought about the very thing you were talking about, like having a lull or feeling like, like, what is the problem? And like, why am
Right.
I being like all this sort of comparing? And then I was reminded of something I said to myself in 2018, that I manifested a whole bunch of stuff. I was like, I'm going to grow my audience by 10,000. I'm going to have the money to be able to do what I need to do in this particular situation. Love is going to enter my life. I said all of these things and I meant them.
Right.
Now I meant those things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, but there was certain levels of manifestation. So, for example, me being able to have access to Oprah is a level 10 manifestation to me, right?
Right.
However, being able to celebrate that I'm going to get one new comeback kid, that's a level 2 level of manifestation for me, right?
Right.
So, follow me here. To be able to appreciate whatever your level 10 manifestation is, whatever that level 10 thing you have said is going to happen. Maybe for you, that's I'm going to hit $10 million in 1 year. Maybe
Right.
for you, that's I'm going to have my own 7 talk shows and international access. Whatever that level 10 thing is, you got to have the level 10 belief that is going to happen. Now, the only way that you're going to get that level 10 belief is if you've acquired the other levels you've needed to have. For example, if my level 1 manifestation was to be able to walk in the house without getting shot as a black man, and I don't celebrate that, then I don't have the level 1 belief,
Mm-hmm.
right? So when I walk in the house every day, I'm like, yes, thank you, universe, because I know I said I was going to be safe today when I left my house, and you made it happen. Level 1 belief. Now, level 2 may be I'm going to be able to be interviewed by Dave. That's why when you asked to interview me, I celebrated it so hard, because to me that is something that I said would happen 2 years ago,
Mm.
and so now I've acquired the belief that my next level thing will happen. I posted a picture today because 10,000. I said I was going to grow my audience by 10,000 by organically sharing something positive. Today, a share that I said about write this down hit 10,002 shares.
Yo, if you could see my arms right now. Yep. Sabrina said the same thing. I'm goosebumping. Like, that's why I can't. I got to take you in small doses. Like, me doing this hour with you. Like, it's like, I don't think you want to. Like, it's like there's no you. You know what you like? You like the light in the ghetto. The second the light come on in the ghetto, the roaches scatter. Like, it's like there's no place for your insecurities to hide.
No, they're not. Not
Oh
here. Not
shit!
with me. And that's what I'm
Woo!
saying. Like I say, and this is what I do with my comeback kids. I say, listen, the way that we, and the book is the bonus, boo boo. Oh, the best-selling book is the bonus.
Right.
Oh,
That
but
ain't the show.
that ain't the show. You get that for free, sweetie. What you investing in is me helping you get back to this story because I had to do it for myself.
Exactly.
The reason why I felt so crippled and so broken in that very moment in 2016 was because I had never collected the beliefs that I needed to have to appreciate whatever. So it was all taken from me. The universe was like, you know what? Give me all that.
Right. Run that.
Give me all that. Give me all that. I'm going to take these people. I'm going to take that career you think you got. I'm going to take that education you thought you had. I'm going to make you come back to you. Oh, but I'm also going to give it back times 10. And so in order for me to understand how I was going to change this world that I live in, one person at a time, I had to really, 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 really struggle and get real with myself. So yes. Yeah. You got it. The roaches got to scatter because we all got them. We all got insecurities. And in 2019, when things are just as accessible as I don't know when,
bruh,
people can find out anything they want to about you.
Tell them all the time, Google's a snitch. That's why I ain't got to lie. It tell all my business. Run them Google.
But if you ain't Googling, if you're not able to say to yourself, well, all of these things make me. All of them.
Good.
See, because what you see in front of you is a collection of all of those experiences. But what you don't understand, that now that I've understood me, and I understand the power of me, and understand the power of my language, and understand the power of what I bring to the table, there's no stopping me now. I whatever I say is gonna happen. Whatever.
Facts. You know, it's such an amazing thing, man, because a lot of people don't understand that. And I'm gonna tell you, the worst thing that has ever happened to my generation and your generation was The Secret, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Ooh. Yeah.
The problem with The Secret is people looked at it like it was a surface thing, like, oh, okay, well, I'll just sit here in my house and envision a Ferrari.
Right.
And envision my magical Ferrari that someone's just going to come by my door. And just
you going somewhere. You going somewhere.
Ferrari.
I know where you're going.
My issue is, yes. And I had this conversation with Michael Beckwith. Michael Beckwith and I are good friends. And I said, Mike, bro, like, why do they think? He was like, no. He was like, you can get the Ferrari, and you have to have the mindset for the Ferrari. But with that, you have to actually get up and do something.
You got to work. You got to work.
That's the secret. But the gag is.
The gag is.
Right. The gag is, this secret is work.
Listen. That's what you missed. That's the part you missed.
You think you're going to body magic and flat tummy tea your way to a six-pack.
No, bro. Let me give you an example. In 2012, I lost my father.
God bless
I had met him. Thank you. I met him for the first time in my life in 2002. We'll get there. So, remember I told you about my mama, and anybody who know me know my mama. Delphine is, I don't even know how she do it. And my mama's gonna watch this broadcast, and she knows I talk about her story all the time. My mama had me when she was 19 years old, and was just getting ready to finish high school, and did not. So that she could be my mama.
Wow.
Right? And so a lot of people always ask, so I am, education is a thing for me. I work in education. I have a lot of degrees, like what have you. But my mama is who taught me everything about resilience, because she did it all by herself.
Right.
All of it. And I know a lot of y'all relate to this story because, black mamas is something about a black mama that I believe the universe has given them an apparatus that none of us will ever have. Anyway, I asked my mama one day, and I say, Mama, I never knew who my dad was. And I asked her, and she said, don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about it. Now, I don't know what my daddy did to wherever he was, but my mama knew in that moment you are going to be fine without knowing him. And she was right.
Right.
So, fast forward to 2002, I made the first step to meet my dad. Here's the work, right? Because I said I was going to meet him, but if I'm not doing anything to make sure that happens, it's not going anyway. So
Okay.
I made the first step, and I asked my mom. I say, "Mom, I know you already had this conversation already with me, but if there's anything that you remember about my dad, let me know." She said, "I have his mama's number.
Oh.
You can call her." She said, "I don't know if it's the same, but this is what it was back in ...
Right.
And I called that number, and it was the same number.
Ooh.
All this is outlined in my book called Winter is Coming. Because the thing that y'all have to understand is that regardless of where it is that you in your life, you could be having all of this 1,000 billion businesses, but winter is coming for you, sweetie.
All day.
There's going to be a moment where you're going to have to be to yourself, and it's going to be gray, and it's going to be hard, and it's going to be cold, and you're not going to know what's going to happen. And if the earth in all of its beauty and glory, and all of its way of being here, goes through a winter time where things are barren and dry and dark, what do we think as its inhabitants is going to happen to us?
Thank you. Period.
So all of that meant that the work that I had to put in to not only meet my father, but to have the 10 years of great relationship with him, and to be prepared to lose him in 2012, and then lose his mama 3 days later.
Oh, Jesus.
See, that was November 2012. It was winter for me. Do you understand? And so when it comes to being able to, again, embrace that ugly feeling of uncomfortability, you have to understand that appreciating that even prepares you for the incredible spring that is coming as well, and the summer for you to enjoy. But you can't enjoy spring if you ain't been through winter.
That's true. I lost my father in 2005, and I lost my father twice. First time was when I was 17, getting ready to head to college, and they tell me my father has aggressive Alzheimer's and dementia, and they had to put him in hospice care. And there'd be times I'd visit him, and he would remember me, or he would remember some of the things about me, or in his mind I was in 10th grade and he couldn't get over the fact that I was in college. And then came the emphysema and the diabetes, and the heart attacks back to back. And then over time, watching this man deteriorate, and in one of his lucid moments, he said, "Let me tell you something." He said, "I did not make you to be sitting up here, breaking your neck, coming back and forth to see me." He said, "I appreciate it." He said, "But I made you to go out and do the things that I couldn't do." He said, "Let me tell you something. Before I ever did anything else, I saw the world." He's like, "Get out, see the world. Like, go. I will be fine. I've lived my life. You go live yours. Anybody got something to say about it? Fuck. And it was one of those things, man, where I was cool. And then I went out, I saw the world, I did everything that I wanted to do. And I'm running CBS in Austin. And I get a call. And says, "Mr. Anderson, this lady says she's your father's nurse. And she needs to talk to you." So she calls me. Now I'm doing middays. And she calls me. I'm on the air. I'm playing, God, I don't know, Chingy or some shit. I don't know. And I
not Chingy.
I take the call. She said, "Mr. Anderson, I'm sorry to tell you, your father, he had 6 heart attacks. We revived him 5 times, but that 6th one got him." And it was like back to back to back. He was like, he fought to the end, but he didn't have anything else to give. And I was devastated. Not that he died, not that he had 6 heart attacks, not that he fought the way that he couldn't fight, but I felt like I didn't make it to the level I wanted to make it to, so that he could understand what his sacrifices were and what those sacrifices meant.
Yes.
And even though my parents divorced when I was 3, I saw my father every week without fail. I spent more time with my father. I had friends who had fathers in the house, but they was, in a bottle or, out
Yeah.
somewhere,
Yeah.
and so for me, it was a situation where I had my dad, whole for the first 17 years of
Yeah.
my life. And then, for the last, 8, I watched him go. And so I couldn't imagine what it's like to not have my dad for those formative years and then to have him and then all of a sudden and then, to lose your grandmother. Like my grandmother, my mother's mother, my best friend. She's the one to be like, no, let him do what he's going to do. You ain't got to understand it. Let that boy go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. We don't ever
It
talk
is.
about our
It's
foundational people and the impact that they have on our lives.
Maya Angelou is. I'm gonna go back. I want really quick. There's a quote that is at the core of my business and my life because my business is my life. I don't. People will get that later. Anyway, at the core of my business is this quote by LGBTQ activist and incredible black woman Zora Neale Hurston, who said, "If you are silent about your pain, they will kill you and say you enjoyed it."
Bruh.
I'm gonna say it again.
They ain't catch it.
I have this quote everywhere. If you are silent about your pain, they will kill you and say you enjoyed it. Because the thing is that you cannot, I tell all my comeback kids all the time, there may be a billion books out here, but not one of them was written about your story. Not one.
Mm-mm.
So you allow other people to tell your story, then you allow people to run your life, and you wonder why your business not going nowhere. You not anything.
Mm-hmm.
You are trying to figure it out. You just don't know.
Right.
Meanwhile, the only instrument that you need is with yourself. So yeah, brother, it's you got to be able to own that pain, as you were saying earlier.
Right.
The pain of losing your father and being able to understand what that pain did and the promise that you made him in a lot of ways already makes you fulfilled and successful.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now I'm gonna tell you, man, it's such a many feathered bird, but the crazy thing for me is that there's so much riding on everything we do, and I don't think
Yes.
I don't think people understand it. Like I like Lady in the Water. I don't know if you've ever seen it. M. Night Shyamalan movie. It's a shitty movie, but there's a message in there, and it's basically that all these people are coming together because if they don't, then this person won't write this book, and if he doesn't write this book, then this person that basically saves the world will never get the catalyst to go save the world. And I had a kid come up to me. He's like 25, 26, and I'm giving a lecture at a college, and he says to me, Mr. Anderson, I just talk to you for a moment and say thank you. I'm like, for what? Because I didn't think I'd ever met this kid. I recognize him, tall, beautiful man. He was really nice. And he says, listen, I was working in a call center. And he said, I just happened to be looking for a podcast to listen to get me through. So I had the podcast in one ear and I had, the calls in my other. What up, Larry? And he said, I heard you talk about how in your low point you worked in a call center. And, he was like,
Wow.
you were homeless and you were sleeping in your truck and you washing up at a Quick Trip in Dallas. And he's like, yeah, I'm living with my dad right now, but I want to be a model and I don't want to be here. And he said, if Mr. Anderson could get up and do what he did, and have bestsellers and go lecture and do all this stuff, what's stopping me from dropping everything and going to New York? And so this kid I'd never shared the same room with, got up one day and he went to his job and he said, today's my last day. The next week, he gave himself a week. The next week, he went to New York and got 2 modeling contracts.
Come on here.
And I'm like, I'm
Ooh,
here
you got
for that
you got to
fucking
write your own
kid.
story, bro.
I'm here for
Yes, you
that
are.
kid.
Yes, you are.
I'm not here for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for those kids who don't think because they ain't got no example or they've never seen anybody do it who looks like them. You know,
Who looks like or came from a place like them.
it
Yes.
came from a place like them. Like, my sister, she works at a school. She works at a charter school. And I go in there on career day and I do certain things. I make sure that I'm clean, obviously, but I make sure that
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm wearing a pair of sneakers, some jeans, a hoodie, and I'm chewing the biggest fucking wad of gum I can. Mohawk fresh to
I
death.
mean, really.
Real big chewer bar.
Yes.
Big league
All
chew
that.
style.
All
Right?
that.
And
All
I'm in
that.
there,
Popping sometime too.
blowing bubbles the whole nine. And I'm in there and I'm telling these kids who look like me, who are from the same slum I'm from, I'm
Come
like,
on here.
don't let them fool you. This system, flawed as it is, it gives you the basics,
It
but it's
does.
not going to tell you how to write a check. It's not going to tell you how to run a business. It's not going to tell you how to be an individual. It is great to keep you in conformity. I
Come
said,
on
now,
here.
excuse me 1 second, I'll be right back. And in the middle of my talk, I get up and I go to the bathroom and I take a leisurely piss and I wash my hands and I dry them off and I come back in the room. I said, do y'all know what I just did? They said, no. I said, I really had to go to the bathroom. I drank a lot of water before I came here. I said, but did you see me ask for a hall pass? And he went, no. I said, did
See?
you see me
See,
take out
people
my
don't want to
gum?
see that though.
Huh?
Listen. People don't want to talk about that though.
No. I was like, did you see me take out my gum that I'm still chewing? No. I said, do you know why I do that? Because I can. And there's nothing any of them can say to me. And they know it. And I said, don't let them fool you. Like, if you don't feel like college is for you, that's okay. You can
That's
start a
fine. It's
business.
fine.
We got this whole thing called the
Yes,
internet.
you can.
You will be, I swear, it's not going to make or break you. I got a friend right now, makes hundreds of millions of dollars. He is one credit short from a business degree. His name is Lavelle Crump. You know him as David Banner. He ain't got no college degree, but he can buy and sell your ass. I'm telling you that you don't need that to define you if it doesn't speak to your heart and it's not your mission. If you want to be a doctor, lawyer, engineer, knock yourself out. I said, but I wear this
Do
mohawk
it.
because they told me it was unprofessional. I chew this gum because they told me it was unprofessional. I come in here dressed like this, not like them, all the other people at Career Day, because they said it's not professional. And I said, you know what all these professional people call me? Mr. Anderson.
Come
Because
on
that's who I am.
here.
And so the teacher says, well, I like what you're saying, but here's my issue. You're painting a story because you're anti-job. And that's not fair because, well, my husband does well. He makes six figures and, he has a great job. I said, whoa, whoopity-doo. I said, now you're
Oh my
talking to
God.
somebody whose mother is a two-time Philadelphia School District Teacher of the Year finalist. You're talking to somebody whose uncle went to MIT, played drums at Woodstock with Carlos Santana, and was on the team that invented a thing called the Jumbotron. I said, you're talking to somebody whose grandmother was teaching. I come from a long line of educators. The difference is between me and your husband, who makes his six figures, is guess what your husband has that I don't? She says, what? I said, a boss, which means your husband has somebody who can fire his ass. And then what? And everybody was like,
Now what?
right. So, like, now I'm back to y'all. And that's the thing. You've got to be able, if you don't, here's the thing. This is why representation is so important. And this is why
Yeah.
there are, there are people in the LGBTQ community like you, like Ernest Owens, like Lena Waithe. There are people that
Ernest,
I
yeah.
fuck with heavy because I need people to understand it does not matter who you fuck. It does not matter who you love. It does not
It don't
matter
matter.
what your political views are. What matters is,
It don't.
are you bringing results to the table? Are you being a viable member of society, and are you rocking and rolling? And that's the thing, bro. Like, I'm about people who are making things happen. And I'm sick of
Yeah.
people feeling like because they can't see it, because there's no example of it, that they're not going to go for it or think that it's even in the realm of possibility because their entire, like you said, worlds collide. There's all these worlds around them telling them that their world is invalid or their
They,
world isn't realistic. And they got
precisely.
rainbows and moonbeams and stars in their eyes and they can't go for it. Sorry. I got a
It
problem with
is.
that.
It is. It is. It is the biggest. It is one of the biggest things that I think, as an openly gay black man, if we're going to go there,
Let's go there. You here, ain't you?
how there's so many intersectionalities around who I am as a person and how I identify and what have you. But you want to know what none of my comeback kids asked me?
Mm-mm.
Who I had sex with last night.
At all.
Because it's about value now sure, as a black man, we don't have to go into the fears of being a black man. As a gay black
God
man,
knows.
we don't have to go into the fears and whatever. We don't have to go into any of that. Because at the
Right.
end of the day, when it comes to my business, I know that I bring value and that all of those other intersectionalities and the things that people don't agree with in my life it don't even matter. I have comeback kids right now who are professed to be like having a problem with gay people. But you want to know what they had to do?
Go with the
Pay me.
program. Cut that check. Run you your bag.
So it's about value and not about the things that people may disagree with you about. So, I know a lot of people may be confused about the point I'm making here, but the point I'm making is that we're talking about entrepreneurship. We're talking about understanding who you are as a person. We're talking about ensuring that you don't allow your disagreements with somebody's life stop you from progressing, right? There's people in my circle that I look up to that I know have a problem with my lifestyle, quote unquote. But do you think that's going to stop me from making myself be better because of my opinion about them?
Nope.
And their value? Nope.
Mm-mm.
So a lot of times what I see when particularly younger entrepreneurs who are trying to sort of start up their way through becoming a billionaire.
Right.
I'm gonna do a startup here. I'm gonna do a startup here. I'm gonna do a startup here, and I'm gonna do a startup here. Oh, I don't want this person to, be a part of my team, or I don't want to learn from that person because I don't, agree what that is. But meanwhile, you've been startupping all the last 10 years of your life,
Yeah.
and haven't been able to
When you gonna follow
grow.
through?
And
When you gonna stick to one thing and build it? You start yourself up
when you're
today.
gonna build it, when are you gonna allow yourself, new owners,
Uh-oh.
to to get yourself out of your ego and be a business person? Now, see, I think that there's a difference between being a business-minded person and being an egotistical-minded person. Because a lot of times people try to launch these businesses out of ego
Right.
and say to themselves that I am the person to start this business on pocketbooks because my pocketbooks are going to make me feel better about myself. Girl, there's pocketbooks already on the market, boo boo, but if you have not owned a story behind that pocketbook,
Kenny, wait.
do people, I don't think people understand what I'm trying to tell you.
No.
Like, I'm not gonna go and buy your pocketbook just because it's a pocketbook, sweetheart.
Where's the buy-in? Where's the story? What's the value in that?
Where's the story? Why am I giving you my $500?
Wait, yo! I swear to on my father's urn, bro. On my father's urn. Listen to me. I need you to receive this one, Kenny, because this is gonna fuck your head up. If I had $1 from the time I retired to now, if I had $1 for every email I got, for every text message I got, for every DM I got, for every inbox I got with somebody saying the famous phrase, I'm going to start my clothing line.
Bye.
Bruh. I was like, wait, wait, no, I'm not done with you. Get your ass back here, Kenny. I ain't done. So then I say to him, I got a script in my head for this, bro. I'd be like, all right, cool. You gonna start a clothing line? Well, great. How many people are on your email list? And they go,
okay.
huh? And I'm like, how many people are on your email list? Like, what's your audience?
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
well,
I was cracking up on that
I
one.
have an email list. Okay, no, that's all right. Cool. Well, what's your name? Well, so all right. So I'm not a huge social media person. Like, I've got a Facebook page, but like I have 3 people who like it, and I'm like, let me break this down to you.
Oh boy.
I'm like, who is the number one singer in the world in your opinion right now? And they all say the same thing. Oh, Beyonce. I love Beyonce. I'm like, no, you don't. It's like, what do you know? I love Beyonce. I went to On the Run too. I love Beyonce. No, you don't. I said, I'll give you $10,000 to start business right now. If you can literally hop on a live with me, go in your closet and pull me out 5 pair of House of Darion jeans since you love Beyonce so much. Ain't happened yet.
Just 5.
Just 5.
Just 5 pair.
I'm not asking you to give me the whole line. Give me 5 pair of House of Darion jeans. I don't have them. Why
You
not?
You didn't even ask for Ivy Park shirts.
No, I didn't ask for no Ivy Park. Nothing. I said, give me 5 pair of House of Darion. Just show them to me. I don't even want them. I will give you 10 racks right the fuck now. And no one is able to do it. You want to know why? Because at the end of the day, like the ladies constantly say to me, and a couple of fellas, nobody wears that. So wait. Biggest box office in the world, selling out stadiums like she's the Pope and Joel Osteen with Michael Jackson's spirit, can't sell jeans, but you with no audience, you with no fan base, you with no skin in the game, no name, you gonna start a clothing line.
Speak on it, people. Speak on it.
Okay,
you got to know what
you ain't done the education. How?
But good luck, girl.
Take care, comb your hair. I'm gonna start a clothing line.
Like,
bruh.
Exactly. And I know we're talking about like ensuring and wrapping all of this up.
Right.
Becoming an entrepreneur in the last 2 years. So I've only, if people do this, I've only been doing this entrepreneurial thing for 2 years. But when I tell you, when I came into it, I had already knew who I was. I knew that I was not going to be able to do anything without owning my own stuff. And so that created confidence when I talked about my international best-selling book to people that I wrote on my own. I had to have the confidence to be able to say that in this book is the me that is going to create a world of people to own their own comeback season. So now I can tell folks that I have a proven system that has produced 10 cohorts of people from all walks of life to become international best-selling authors and residual income beyond that book that they wrote. The authorship is step 1. So all of that means that taking who you are as a person, putting that and permeating that through whatever your business is, making sure that that is the foundation, that is going to catapult you to attract the people that need to be in your business, the people who are going to take you higher, the people who are going to ensure that your name is synonymous to a thing. I'm not the first comeback kid.
At all.
I'm not the first one.
Not at
Drake
all.
has an album called Comeback Season.
Period.
But you want to know what when people think about comebacks, I'm the person they think about.
Yep. I'm not the first big black man with a mohawk.
Mr. T, who you love so much.
Who I love so much. And you know why? Because Mr. T would give him David Letterman, and David Letterman would try to play him to the left like he was some punk ass sucker from the south side of Chicago. And he says to him, "Yo, all them chains you wearing heavy? Are they heavy?" And Mr. T ain't bat an eye. He ain't move a muscle. He said, "It's funny. You ain't asked my ancestors if those chains were heavy when you enslaved them." And kept it pushing.
You should. Oops. That's called being foundational in who you are, and so as I continue to grow, the advice I would give to anyone who is as a millennial, or even if you're not a millennial and you're just starting your business or what have you, and you're trying to figure out how do you break through. When I get authors who tell me, how can you help me sell my books to more people? Well, this is not the space for you.
What?
I don't have that answer. I don't. I don't. I can't give you that answers.
No.
What I am doing is helping people own their story, and whatever residual come from that will come. So,
it's bro. I will help you sell more books.
Anyway, so I think that now that I am in this going into the almost 11th cohort for my comeback kids, I am always saying to folks, it's important for you to own you and be okay with that ugly stuff that you don't want to share. We gonna find it out anyway.
Pretty damn much. So real quick, because I know you got stuff to do. I know I got stuff to do. Tell everybody where they can find you, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm on Facebook. You can definitely find me on Dave's Facebook. You can request me here. I'm also on Instagram at KJ Speaks Easy. That's KJSPEAKSEASY. You can also find me on Twitter and my website, www.kjspeakseasy.com, where you can see everything that I got going on. You can get testimonials of my comeback kids and all of that stuff as well. And you can buy my book off Amazon and my website.
Yes, indeed. So it's an amazing thing. Like Kenny said, I first met him. He came to BullyCon, which was awesome, and he played the bag. He was very quiet. Didn't say a whole lot to me. Spoke to me for a little bit, and he was just taking it all in. And I was happy he was there, and I started to watch him. And he's just an amazing guy, man. And oh shit, because I know I gotta wrap this up. I almost forgot. So BullyCon's happening July 25th, 26th. 26, 27, somewhere around.
It's my weekend. It's my birthday weekend.
Huh?
It's my birthday weekend.
Oh, so you're not even gonna be here?
No, I'm going. I'm coming to BullyCon. Are you kidding?
Well, I mean, you have to come because you're giving my keynote.
Are you kidding? You're kidding. You're kidding. You're kidding.
I'm announcing for BullyCon.
You're kidding. You're kidding.
When it comes to my shit,
Dave.
Stage is yours, my friend.
I'm sorry. Oh my God! Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God. Oh man! Thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you.
You did not know.
I did not know. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh my gosh!
I said I'm
gonna punch you in your face.
It's all right.
I can't stand you. Oh my God!
Yo, man, nobody deserves it more, man.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Thanks.
Man.
Thank you, Dave. I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna bring it. I'm not gonna disappoint you.
It's already been brought. I'm not worried. The audience, on the other hand, should be.
Thank you. Thank you.
I feel like what am I doing this for? Like I was explaining to my inner circle. You know, the bully gang is a very, very interesting thing because we work very hard to take care of each other, and we put ourselves in a position. And one of my inner circle members, who shall remain nameless, says to me, "Well, who are these people?" And I said, "Listen, let me ask you something." I said, "Do you think I need to do BullyCon?" She says, "No." I said, "Okay, then why am I doing it? Because I got an audience. I'm great. Why am I doing it?" And she was like, "So that other people can have a platform." I'm like, "Yeah, my inner circle's automatically on the stage. That's not an issue." But for me, I'm sick of people not knowing who Kenny Jones is. And I'm sick of people not experiencing the warmth and the depth that you bring. Because I bring a different type of energy. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like there is a place for people who do construction. There's a place for people who do accounting. There's a place for people who are there to tell you to smarten up, Buttercup, get out of your feelings and into your business. And then there's a place for people who can say, I have been hurt, I have been bullied, I have been downtrodden, I have been kicked in the fucking teeth, and I'm still here. You drag me through the mud, and I come out clean because I'm built with Teflon and steel, bitch. And
Oh my God.
nobody I know deserves that spot more than Kenny Jones. Point blank and period. And so, yes, I'm not announcing no big
Thank
speakers
you.
right now. I'm announcing you because to
Thank
me,
you.
you are the best person that people can
Thank
hear
you.
from
Oh
if
my
they're trying
God,
to be an
man.
entrepreneur. Don't think that
Oh,
people aren't watching you. Don't think because, like, people get into vanity numbers, and I used to be big on that because, yeah, I got a blue check on Facebook, but I ain't got one on Instagram or Twitter, and I could give a fuck about a blue check. I give a fuck about red hearts. You understand what I'm saying? Like in here, not the fucking likes. What's in here? What's beating in here, bro? And for me, I know that your impact is going to be massive. And one day,
oh my goodness.
you're going to be someplace beyond where the fuck I'm going. And you'll say, you know what? We need Dave Anderson. So my reasons for doing this are
Yes,
selfish, completely selfish. Because one day, you're going to be on the stage and they're going to say, well, we need somebody else to
Dave.
do it. And you're going to be like, yo, it's Dave. And yeah, so you're welcome. But thank
Man,
you.
I cannot thank you enough. Thank you. I'm
No,
so
thank you,
honored. I'm
man.
like,
Thank you for showing up.
if I
Because,
can,
oh, shit.
if I can just, man, I am so grateful and so humble that you are giving me this opportunity. And I'm saying this on your live, not calling you after the live. I'm saying it right now. I am so thankful. I am so thankful. I am so thankful. I'm so thankful because, oh man, it was in this house, this very house that I'm doing this live in, that all of that happened to me. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is for all. This is for all of you, both of us, everybody who has ever gone through something horrible and did not think it was going to work out. This is for y'all. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, man. Like I'm
All
telling
right.
y'all, man. Like
Whew.
this podcast is nothing to seeing this man speak in his element when he's got the time and he's in complete control of his shit. When I tell y'all, y'all think y'all talking goosebumps and damn and all this shit here, y'all ain't seen shit yet. Please, I'm begging, get to
Oh,
know this
Dave.
dude, man. When I tell you
Thank
this
you.
dude is phenomenal, he is
Thank you.
impactful, he is changing people's lives, and he's giving people perspective. Even me, like you need people in your life who are ropes and anchors. You see what I'm saying? People that can kind of tether you to your possibilities, because sometimes you feel like you're reaching, you're not hanging, and you got somebody holding you. You know what I'm saying? Whether they realize it or not. And to tell you that Kenny Jones isn't that for me would be a lie. And I think that I want the world to see what I see. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to turn this into a Kenny Jones fan fest, but
Oh my God, no.
I do want y'all to understand that like this dude is great. And here's the thing that I really want you to catch. I am a black man who is an author and a speaker many times over. He is a black man who is an author and a speaker many times over. The thing of it is, I ain't afraid to sit down and let this man keynote my event. Because the candle ain't gonna lose shit from lighting another one. I'm
Oh
still
my
hot, bitch.
goodness.
I
Speak
ain't
on it.
afraid. And that's the thing. We gotta stop being afraid to let other lights shine. You see what I'm saying? Like we gotta stop feeling like there's 7.4 billion people. I can't impact them all. Everybody ain't tuned into my frequency.
Oh
So
man.
I'm going to show you so many different frequencies. I'm going to show you so many different possibilities for your life. But I got to set the tone. And no one I know is going to set the tone better than Kenny Jones. So I'm telling you, if you have not gone to bullycon.info and got your early bird tickets, I'm telling you.
Oh
I'm
man.
telling you right now. If you have not gone to bullycon.info and got your tickets, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Like this alone, because when
Oh
I
my
start
gosh.
laying out who is coming, and when I
Oh
start
yeah.
laying out what we're going to do this year, because BullyCon 1 was an experiment.
Yeah. It was
This
amazing
year,
though. It was such an amazing experiment. It was not an experiment. It was an experience.
that's
It was amazing. It was such an amazing thing. Even as somebody who sat in the back, right? Like the speakers that were there, the amount of love, it was just such an incredible moment. So if that was one, my God.
bruh. Two is like it's gonna be crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I look at it like this. I feel like this shit is like the Rocky movie. First Rocky movie, he lost. Second one, he won the championship. That's
Yeah,
why
he
I'm calling it
did.
BullyCon 2, as opposed to
Oh
BullyCon
my God.
19. This
All right,
situation
man.
here,
Oh gosh.
people are going in fighters, but they coming out champions.
Yeah, man.
And so I'm
That's
excited.
right.
I'm thrilled. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you have not gone to bullycon.info to get your tickets, get these early bird tickets now because before you know it, July going to be here and you're going to be mad that you're going to be paying full price. So look, 197 for the amount of value that we're giving. It's not. It's
Man.
going to blow your mind.
Yeah.
The room is going to blow your mind, and then you're going to see a bunch of people, black entrepreneurs from all walks of life, doing a whole bunch of really cool shit in one room, celebrating each other, pouring into each other, enjoying each other.
Oh,
Just literally, it's an education you can't get nowhere else, and I'm excited that you guys are going to be a part of it. So if you've not gone to bullycon.info, do that. Kenny Jones, thank you for being on the Business Bully podcast. Thank you for taking the time.
thank you. This is incredible. Thank you.
Congratulations, bro. I wanted to tell you earlier, but I just wanted to see the look on your
I am
face.
going to punch you in your face.
I'll take
We
it.
live in the same city.
I
I live on
know.
South Street, and you live in South Philly because I came to the John last year or 2 years ago. I know where you at. Listen. This. Oh, you are. Oh, I can't stand you.
I
I'm
know.
hanging up.
I know.
Goodbye. Thank you.
No problem. Take care, brother. My man. So yeah, I love moments like that. I love this because I remember when no one was trying to listen to me. I know what it's like when people just don't believe, and it's it's yo man, like I'm so happy right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's the greatest feeling in the world. Between Kenny Jones and the Bully Gang in a circle, like what you're going to get at BullyCon is going to change the course of your life forever. And so that's not puffery, that's facts. So bullycon.info, you're going to see an ass ton of stuff. New speakers are going to be announced as we go through this event. And it's going to be an amazing, amazing weekend, and you're going to love it. So feel free to go. Thanks for listening to the Business Bully podcast. I'm excited. Thank you guys for being here and sharing and all the hearts and love. Thank you so much for coming through. And then I hope that you enjoyed the show. Make sure you subscribe, iTunes, Stitcher, wherever podcasts are enjoyed. And I'll check you guys out next time. Get out of your feelings and
Want
into your
more
business.
exclusive content and business development advice? Log on to facebook.com/thebusinessbully.